And still, the economy is a hot topic, especially as this comes on the heels of President Obama's State of the Union speech last night. He spoke a lot about the economy. Joining me now to talk money is radio host Cenk Uygur from the Young Turks. Hey there, Cenk. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
Doing just fine. Well, we watched Obama's speech last night, and we've been hearing a lot of yays and a lot of nays. What was your reaction? I mean, do you think it left viewers wanting more information, or do you think he kind of answered all those questions?
No, I don't think he answered all the questions. I know that the polling was great on it, so I'm probably in the minority in America, and it's important to point that out because the general public seemed to like it, but I didn't like it at all. I think it was too vague in places. He says, all right, now let's roll up our sleeves and do health care reform. That doesn't really mean anything, and it's not going to have any effect on the politicians. We need to know what you mean by getting it done and what exactly are you pushing for. And then I thought he reached out to the Republicans way too much. He's going to continue to get 0 votes from them. It's a waste of time, but much more importantly, it's counterproductive because they're the ones that water down all of reform and all of change. And if Obama spends the next 3 years doing this, he's going to waste his whole administration trying to reach out to these guys.
But, Cenk, remember, I mean, he campaigned on creating bipartisanship, on passing bills that were bipartisan. I mean, don't you think that at least this is showing the American public that, hey, I am trying. Yet they are the party of no. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but they sat down for the first half of his speech. I mean, they are going to say no matter what. Even when he said tax cuts, he had to remind them, you guys like tax cuts. Now you need to applaud this. I mean, don't you think it's important for him to show the American people that he is at least attempting?
Yes, politically what you're saying makes perfect sense, and that's probably why the speech polled well, and why average American listening in his home went, you know what, he's trying his best, he's reaching out to those guys. So I understand that, and I understand the value of that. Having said that, practically speaking, when you're trying to do a bill, if you say, look, I'm going to reform the banks and I'm going to put in regulation in place, and the Republicans say, well, I'll only work with you if you make that regulation really, really weak so the banks can abuse it anytime they like. Well, then if you reach out to the Republicans and you try to be bipartisan, you're doing more damage than good. So the practical effects of his so-called bipartisanship is to give us less and less change. That's the real problem.
Cenk, let's talk about those banks that you were just referring to. Just moments ago, about an hour ago, the Senate confirmed Ben Bernanke for a second term as Federal Reserve Chairman. Now, despite all the criticism and the fact that, oh, he might not get reconfirmed, he did by a vote of 70-30. What is your take on this?
My take on it is it's disastrous. It's the establishment winning again and winning easily and comfortably, if you ask me. And the Republican leadership joined the Democratic leadership in saying, yes, Wall Street, may we please have another. No one sells out to Wall Street better than Ben Bernanke. He's the one that was part and parcel of destroying our economy. And the establishment put him right back in place to do the same thing all over again. It's a terrible idea for Democrats to be on his side. And the Republicans voted against him more than Democrats did, so they'll probably come out the political winner on this.
Well, Cenk, real quick, I have a question for you might not like. What did you like about the speech?
No, I don't mind any questions. What did I like? You know, the one time that he said to the Republicans, hey, look, you know what? You were filibustering everything, and all of a sudden we need a supermajority of 60 votes. So if you're going to do that, you're also going to be responsible. I mean, it's not just our fault that we're not getting things done. You're blocking everything. So that was a tiny bit of going on the offense. We needed a hell of a lot more than that, but at least it was refreshing to see him do that just a bit.
All right, Cenk Uygur, radio host with the Young Turks. Thanks so much.